It's crazy because I was just thinking like, man, a lot of people's problems come from being too comfortable in life, man. Comfortability kills everything. Like when you think about a one-hit wonder, right? Somebody that dropped a hit and you wonder why they fell off, it's because they were so concerned and so hyped off that one record that they ain't focused on dropping another hit and then another hit. You know what I'm saying? They were so focused on the perceived success that it killed everything else. And I want to now bring this to dating for men. See, it's the same for men in dating as well. Like, you know, when you get that woman that you want or a woman that you was really attracted to, what happens is a lot of times when we start off strong, we taking it on dates, you know what I'm saying? We being spontaneous, we mixing it up, we doing this, we doing that. But what happens is over time, we start to become comfortable. And then we start to become couch potatoes with the woman, right? So we sitting on the couch and we doing that same thing over and over again. And now what you become is predictable. And again, I've said this many times on my channel that, man, women love spontaneous and mysterious dudes. They don't like men who do the same thing over and over and over again. That's boring. You gotta continue to date your woman. You gotta continue to surprise her. You gotta continue to take her out. Just because you got her doesn't mean that you're gonna keep her. The same way you got her is gonna be the same way you keep her. So if you got her by being spontaneous and taking her on dates, she's gonna expect you to keep that up. And it's almost really like you have to keep women complaining. And I'm not even saying in a bad way, but in a good way. Their emotions need to be engaged. And naturally, the way you do this is by not cutting off your friends, by not cutting off your hobbies. See, a lot of times what we do is, man, when we get the woman that we want, we're cutting off all our hobbies, we're cutting off everything we do just to give her more time. You know what I'm saying? This is why I talk about your mindset and your craft is the most important thing that you have, because when you have something bigger than just a person, when you have something bigger to focus on, when you have something more that you're doing in life, naturally you're gonna be distanced from people. You know, I want y'all to think about the times where you ain't seen that friend in a long time, or seen somebody you hang out with often, you ain't seen them in a couple months or whatever it is. Oftentimes you're excited to see them because you haven't seen them in a minute. The same thing works with women. Women's emotions have to be engaged. You kind of have to be mysterious. But I'm not saying purposely do this, purposely just not be around. What I'm saying is do other things. You know what I'm saying? Have a life. Your woman is going to appreciate that because it's going to make her want you more. It's going to make her appreciate you more versus when you there all the time. When you there all the time, she can't appreciate you because she see your butt every single day. Y'all got to understand, man, distance makes the heart grow fonder, man. It's important to keep that. It's important to understand the value of distance and separation. This is why hobbies are super important. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a life. A lot of men cut off their whole life once they get the woman. They ain't got no friends no more. You ain't going hiking no more. Come on, man, you got to keep those hobbies. That's what's going to keep the distance there, because if there's no distance there, there's no time for her to miss you. You know what I'm saying? Women don't miss you when you're there with them. They miss you when you're away from them. That's when they start to like you more. When they haven't seen you in a minute. They haven't heard from you all day. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to be. Create some type of distance. That's going to be good for your relationship. Don't nobody want to see you all the time. And, you know, also too, what y'all got to understand is too, man, distance is so important because it creates that healthy bond between the two people. It makes y'all appreciate each other. You can't appreciate somebody when they're around you 24/7 because naturally you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel disgusted. You're going to feel like, man, this person ain't got no life. This is why it's important that you have a life and the person that you with also has a life, because y'all are able to, you know what I'm saying, appreciate each other when y'all come together. That's very important because, you know, what happens is when you're reliant on your partner's, you know what I'm saying, company all the time, what it comes off as is that you need their validation to make yourself feel good. And like I say, man, on this channel a lot, we got to learn how to validate ourselves. See, a lot of us men, we go into situations and we're looking for the women to make our life whole. No, your life already needs to be whole, because if you go into a situation where your life is not whole, she's not going to be able to live up to those unrealistic expectations that I speak on all the time on this channel. That's why it's so important to have a life of your own and not rely on anybody else to make your life whole. You gotta have friends. You gotta love yourself. You gotta have a purpose. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying, things you like to do in your spare time. Work out, have some type of exercise routine. Those things are important. having a life of your own, so that way you're not relying on your partner and you're not smothering on them all the time, you know what I'm saying, for their validation. And like I said, like usually when I'm dealing with the woman, most women are complaining about the same thing. They either want more time, they want more attention, or they feel like I don't see them enough. And that's a good place to be, you know what I'm saying? And most men, what do? They just give up all their time. Like, all right, let me drop my friends, let me stop doing this. No, just give them a little bit more than what you was doing before. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be mysterious, switch things up. Don't do the same thing every time. And guess what? I was once a victim of that. I'm with a woman and I get used to doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Netflix and chilling all the time instead of going out and doing things and experience. And remember, the same way you got somebody is how you're going to keep somebody. So if you got somebody by giving her an experience, dating her, courting her, you got to continue to do the same thing. A woman needs that. Her emotions need to be engaged. And too many times we get comfortable, and this not just men, but people in general, especially people that like to go viral, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You go viral and you so hyped off of that and you telling everybody, but you ain't really did nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake said, do it again, drop another hit. I got 1,000 hits. Chris Brown got 1,000,000 hits. But people be excited off that one hit and now they can't do it again. That's why they call them a one-hit wonder. They was too focused on their last success. That's why success can be one of the most detrimental things to a person, because if you don't know how to focus on improving and getting better, you're gonna be focused on your last success, and that's gonna bring you right down because now you're too comfortable. And that's the whole point of this message. Don't get too comfortable in your life. Always switch things up, keep going, keep improving, keep getting better. You know, at the end of the day, distance creates that stronger bond, and that's what you need to have a healthy relationship. I'm telling you, because I've done the opposite and the opposite hasn't worked, trust me. All right, guys, so that's my video for today. I appreciate you guys watching the channel, guys. Make sure you continue to show love. You continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. And I'm gone.